Today it's a CVC between Aston Dignus and GODZ. So let's see who is gonna win the first game of the RNR tournament. So let's tell them to start. Start live on. Start, guys. Don't do such delay. So it's a G from both the teams and even observer. So here comes the ban pick for ED. So let's see what they're gonna ban first. They're gonna ban Wolfram, as he's a very good semi-tank and a very good assassin and can be really fatal for those who are remaining with very low health after the team fight. And the first ban coming up from GODZ team is Lunaria. Lunaria is a very good mage support and she is really very helpful in the team fight, as her ult and the second ability is really very helpful in the team fight. So the next ban coming up from ED is what they're gonna ban. They're gonna ban Aiden, as he's a really good ADR and can be very helpful in the team fight after he gets farmed, and and in the late game he's really very fatal and can cause a very huge damage for the opponent team. And the next ban coming up from GODZ team is team fight. Because of her ulti, and she can save many her teammates in the team fight. And the last ban coming up from GODZ team is Minos. Minos is a really very good ban, as he's a really good tank and very good initiator and can help in the team fights to initiate and give an advantage to his team. So the first pick coming from ED is Grom. Grom is a very good initiator, and if he use his hook properly, he can pull both the supports have really good ults. And the next picks coming up from ED teams are Lubu and Gideon. Lubu is a really good initiator and can be used as a stunner, and the Gideon is a really good tank, and he can be used as a semi-tank too, and can be used as an assassin also. So the next picks coming up from GODZ team are Ares and Burninator. Ares and Burninator both are tank heroes, and Burninator is a really, sorry for this interruption, Burninator is really good in initiating the team fights, and even Ares is really good in initiating. So the next pick coming up from the ED team is Pyrus. Pyrus is also a really good ADR. He's a mage ADR and can cause really very harsh damage on the opponents. So the next pick coming up from the GODZ team are Dragoos, and the pick is really very good, as Dragoos can be very fatal in the team fight due to his dragon form. And the last pick coming up from the ED team is Nosferatu. Nosferatu is really good hero on 1v1 because of his first level and the second level, and really helpful in the team fight because of his ult that can cause huge damage to all the opponents. So I repeat the picks of both the teams. The ED team has picked Lubu, Grom, Pyrus, Nosferatu and Gideon. So and the GODZ team has picked Ares, Burninator, Dragoos, Crystal and Jean. So let's make it at high, the camera at high. So let's make some settings. And the ED team is presently in the Zakar pit, so that they are planning to initiate the team fight if someone comes at the bottom lane, and at the top lane Ares takes the top buff, and at the bottom lane Gideon is trying to take the bottom buff, and at the top only Pyrus is at the top from the ED team, and and Dragoos and Jean both are present at the top from the GODZ team. At present, both the teams are equally leveled as per the hero selection. At the mid, Crystal will try to harass Nosferatu with her second and first level. So at the bottom, Grom is gonna try to hook Burninator, but Burninator is all set for and as I told you, Burninator will try to harass, and there is gonna be some initiation from Pyrus and Lubu, and they reduce Jean's health too much, and she's almost half of her health. And Pyrus will try to take the top buff if he gets it, and it's a good initiation coming up from Pyrus on Jean, and it's a good stun coming up from Lubu, and it's the first kill for ED team. So the Burninator is also gonna TP at the top so that they can help, and it's a good initiation coming up from Lubu. It's a 2-man stun, but Burninator is safe at the moment as he gets back using his stun level. And it's a team fight coming up at the top. Groom and Nosferatu have jumped on Crystal, but it's a return hit coming up from the GODZ team, and Groom is dead. It's a really good. There are some really good TPs coming out, and really good team fights coming from both the teams. But at the bottom lane, the Pyrus will try to take down the bottom tower of GODZ team, but Burninator will be successful in defending his bottom tower. And at the bottom, Pyrus will take the bottom buff, and let's see what he gets in the bottom buff. So he'll get the speed buff at the bottom, and Pyrus and Gideon both will try to take the Burninator,